Dating in today's world as a Christian. How much time do you have? How does a Christian date in today's world? Hey girl, hey. How you doing? Before we get into that, I just want to go ahead and remind you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as click for the notifications. That way you get notified every single Tuesday when a new video comes your way. Also, you can go ahead and click the link below to visit my blog where you get all of the behind the scenes backstory that I couldn't fit in today's video, along with all of the tools, resources, and tips that I offer, specifically catering to Christian dating in today's world. When I first started dating my husband, Kyle, that was the very first real Christian relationship that I ever had. When it was time to get serious and say, I want to date someone in a way that honors and pleases God, that's when I started to get very afraid, because it was like, what do I do? What don't I do? What steps do I take? What to say, what not to say? I was just all over the place. I thought I was going to run him off. I thought I wasn't good enough. I thought I would cause him to stumble and sin. I thought that I would mess up my relationship with God and I would idolize the relationship and the boyfriend the way I had done in so many of my previous relationships. Frustrated because all of the things that I used to do in dating and in having relationships, I literally had to start from scratch and erase everything that I learned, and I had to basically reprogram myself because what I was doing was not right. It was not leading to the result that I wanted. It constantly brought me to breakups. It constantly led me to red flags and sabotaging the relationship and just basically playing myself because I never experienced it. I had no idea where to begin, how to figure it out, and I was just a hot mess. So I know when you guys think of, okay, I have to date like a Christian, automatically feels very restricted. It feels like you have all of these do's and don'ts. And it feels like if you don't follow all of these sets of rules, then you're not honoring God, you're not doing it the right way, and then therefore you're not going to get the result that you're looking for, which is a husband or marriage or a really satisfying relationship. That's kind of where the world tells you that's the way things are. I don't know why, but people always seem to believe that living a Christian life is full of all of these restrictions, when if you really understand the concept of it, it's very liberating. And such is so when it comes to dating and relationships. Before you even dig with the practicalities of what it's like to date and have a relationship as a Christian, there's one piece of truth, there's one piece of aha that you might be missing. If you grasp it early on, then it's going to help you understand dating, and it's going to help you navigate your dating life 100% better. The one thing you have to keep in mind is that God's love needs to be used as a blueprint for every other scope of love that you have in your life. If you're searching for love, if you haven't found it, if you thought you found it and you were fooled, if you got heartbroken and you don't understand why, if you found it and you're afraid that you're gonna lose it after knowing that it's a really good thing, the reason probably is because you have to understand God's love a little bit more. God's love is completely infinite. We will never understand the depths and the heights and the distances of what God's love is for us. However, He gives us enough information to understand that He created it, He designed it, He did it with purpose, and He wants to love us so that we can understand how to love others. You have to ask yourself, what does your relationship with God look like? Because if it's lacking there, then I almost am certain it's going to lack everywhere else. God wants you to mirror His relationship with you and to every other relationship that you have. The more you understand His concept and the more you start to feel and embrace that love in your life, then you now know what to look for, what to give out, and how to love other people, what your red flags are, what your green lights are. You know everything that you possibly can because God has given you the mold of what that relationship should and can look like. As far as all the practicality stuff, all the rules, all the do's, all the don'ts, that all depends on your relationship between you and God. I'm not your judge. Homegirl at church is not your judge. That blog post that you read is not your judge. God is your judge. If God is causing you to feel an unrest or unsettledness or an unpeace about something that's about to take place in your dating scene or in your relationship, then you know what to do. God is your compass. Rather than to ask people like, is this right? Is this wrong? What should I do? Start seeking Him. Start letting Him navigate your dating life. So what are you going to choose to do and not do in your relationship life that's going to please and honor Him based on the relationship that you have with God? You see how this all fits? Hopefully this video helps you grasp the truth of understanding that without God's love and relationship with you, it's impossible to mirror and reflect that love and relationship with someone else. How do I enforce this personal relationship with God? Or how do I understand what God's love really is in my life? I have something for you that I think nobody else has out here in the market scene, in the online world, and I think it's really going to benefit you. It's my latest and greatest project. I want to formally introduce it to you right now. It is called The Christian Woman's Guide to Dating: How to Keep the Faith While Looking for Love. With every step, with every practical piece that I offer you in this book, it all ties back to what I just mentioned in this video: God's love, God's blueprint of love, and how God's love is navigating in your life currently, today, and in your future while looking for your love in that dating life. Be sure to click on the link below to pick up this copy. This is a Christian book that is going to apply to every single Christian woman out there, from the everyday I go to church on Sunday, Wednesdays, and Tuesdays, to the Christian girl who doesn't live that traditional Christian lifestyle, yet still identifies her faith and her beliefs under God as a Christian woman. Do I have tips for you? Do I have practical steps to take? Do I have do's and don'ts? Do I have lists and breakdowns? Absolutely, because those things are super important when it comes to getting an idea of what to do for yourself in your love life. But what I did with my relationship is not necessarily what you might have to do in yours. And so therefore, I cannot possibly be your only answer to how to navigate your dating scene in today's world. It has to come from God. He is the way, the truth, the life. He is the answer. He is the North Star. You should always direct your path to Him and what He says and how He relates to you in your relationship with Him. There are no do's and don'ts. Remember, it all goes back to God. And using this book is going to help you remind yourself that with every step that you take and every stage that you're in when it comes to dating and relationships. So be sure to cop this book. I'll leave the link below in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you really understand and grasp that truth that I was really trying to hone in on you guys today in this video. If you did, if it was your aha moment, I would love to hear about it below in the comments. Be sure to like and share as well. And I appreciate you so much for watching this. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.